All right, Big Reid in studios, 99.7 now. We got Agnez Mo in here.
What's good? What's up?
I'm excited that you're here because I know this, because I pay attention to different interviews online and stuff like that. So I noticed that you were like making your rounds and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, if she comes up to the Bay, like she needs to come through.
Yeah,
she needs
of
to show up.
course.
I think you're absolutely incredible. I love the single Overdose with you and Chris Brown.
Thank you so much.
The video was pretty intense. I've noticed in all the interviews they've been talking about, so I'm not going to keep bringing that up, but I think it's pretty awesome. Tell the people in the Bay Area that aren't familiar with you, because I know you're huge back home and you're building out in the States right now. Tell them a little bit of background about yourself.
Oh man, it's gonna be a long background.
I know.
I started really young when I was like 6 years old. I won over 170 awards back in Asia. I've been doing this literally almost my whole life. And I moved out to the U.S. probably like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
And just learning, working with a lot of different producers, songwriters, working, hustling. So, there you go.
Just staying busy. Tons of awards. I was looking at, because I jumped online, I was looking at the awards because I've heard a lot about how many awards you won. And I was like, damn, like, I couldn't even keep up with all of them. Like, I kept going down the list. The list is super long.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. It's not really, like, my goal. It's just a bonus. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta stay focused on the art and the craft, and I think that's what keeps me going. It's not really about the awards. The awards is just, okay, cool. This is done. This is the past. Now, what I'm gonna do in the future,
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I got to hear the remix a few minutes ago. Literally just as we started the interview with Juicy J, you and Chris Brown.
Yeah. Really excited about that one. And we've been collaborating with a lot of different DJs as well. Some of the remixes are already out, and the one with Juicy J is going to be out today, right? Midnight, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Really excited about it. I mean, we all know Juicy J, who he is, and for the fact that he wants to be on it is such a, such an honor.
Now, I've seen your credits of different artists you worked with, and of course, being from where you're from and having, like the star power that you do back home, like, how are you able to connect with everybody out here in the States?
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't know, it's probably through YouTube, because when I got invited to fly to Miami to work with Tim, I didn't have any connection whatsoever. So I don't know, maybe it's because they saw and then they needed like an Asian artist with big social media following at that time. And I was already doing a lot of, like urban, rhythmic influenced, songs. And we started with just 1 or 2 songs, and then the next thing, it was just, you need to stay here for a little bit more and just work on like the whole album. So it really started just as me flying out to Miami. We were supposed to do just 2 songs, and then we just kept working.
Yeah.
But that's when you know what I mean? Like there's no pressure. There's no like, let's work on this for the next album. There was nothing.
Yeah.
It was just because like they wanted to work with me. I wanted to work with them.
Awesome.
And it
was a mutual love.
Yeah.
That's super dope.
So it was cool. Pretty nervous the first time that I met Tim.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because Timbaland has always been like the god of music. I feel like that god, especially for beats and the type of beats that I was looking for. So when the management reached out, it was just okay, let's do it.
Yeah. And I'm sure you've been super busy, like you said, you were making the music. I'm sure there's a lot of different things you have in the chamber, ready to give to the people. I know Overdose is and the remix is what you're pushing right now.
We did probably 50 to 60 songs. That's like done, mixed, just waiting to be mastered.
That's awesome.
And then I also have 10 to 12 songs with Chris. So
10 to 12 songs.
Yeah.
So you guys just gonna put out like a joint project, or is that gonna be on different projects you put out over time?
Whatever we're gonna feel, whatever we're feeling. We don't put any like plan whatsoever. We just kind of wanted to focus on the music and just creating more. And if it happens to be a joint, like a duet project, a duet album, then so be it. But you know, the thing that I know for now is that I have 10 to 12 songs with Chris and also have 50 to 60 songs just for my solo project. Me personally, I would rather have my solo project first.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Just because, okay, like people saw me, especially here in the States, people saw me with Tim. You know, that's like collaboration, and then me with Chris. I really want to give something that's really me.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I think I've evolved so much as an artist, songwriter, just as an artist. And I want to give just a little bit of me first before, you know, joining in another project with another artist.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you mentioned the 10 to 12 songs with Chris. And there's a big thing going on online because another R&B artist said that he's the king of R&B. Is Chris Brown the king of R&B?
Man, there are so many people who are like great, you know. I don't even want to go into that discussion because right now it's just like the hype. I have this thing where like if the topic is hype and hot right now, I don't want to talk about it.
Sure. Okay.
So ask me that again when the topic is not hot.
Got you. We'll bring it back in the future.
It's just like everybody's talking about it. Like everybody's claiming themselves, and I mean I'm all about confidence, right? I'm all about confidence, but I have this thing where if you want to claim yourself as the king of R&B, I just feel like that should be someone else calling you that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's just me. But if the intention is just, you know, for you to boost up your own confidence and just to, you know, speak it to reality, then that's cool.
For sure.
But I don't think that social media is the place for that, though.
Yeah. That's been like one of the hottest topics the last week. Everyone's been going crazy over it and stuff like that, but me personally, I'm gonna have to say it's Chris right now. There's no way. I mean, Trey Songz is incredible too, and then we have all these other artists that are super incredible. I think Jacquees is incredible.
Yeah.
But I think Chris has to hold that throne right now.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about your solo project. Do we have a date? Do we have a timeline of when we're gonna do that?
Not really, because I really want this solo project, just even single, if not an album, to be out probably like February. But we don't want to set a date yet just because I'm the type of artist who don't want to rush anything just because we have a deadline. You know what I mean? That's when it gets rushed, and then that's when it gets not authentic,
For sure.
You know? Right now, we're still recording. Even until right now, we're still looking for that one song, you know what I mean, that we believe so much is going to be the hit single. But we're still working on it, and we always want to top the ones before, because right now we do have about probably 10 songs that we believe would be amazing out of those 50 to 60 songs, but I don't know, there's just that thing in me that's like, man, like I've evolved so much. I really want to just work more.
Just keep making more music and keep finding it for sure.
Exactly.
Now, out of those songs you picked already in your head, are those just songs with just you, or are those containing features as well?
There are features on it. I worked with Luda, I worked with Wassine. He's amazing though, by the way. Wassine is like another beast. You know, he's amazing. And then I'm about to work with Afrojack as well. But again, you know, like all these things, sometimes, see, that's the thing. Sometimes when I talk about it, the fans would be like, "Oh, when's that coming out? You said 6 months ago."
Your fans go hard.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, no, like when we work together, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna be out like this year. You know what I mean? Like it's just how the music is. You know, like
be
sometimes
patient.
you just
Just a little
be patient.
Yeah,
you know, coming. Like sometimes when I work with somebody, doesn't mean that is the right one. So maybe we need to work some more before we can actually release the one that I truly believe in.
Absolutely.
But the fans will always be like, "Oh, but you said you have a song with Luda. When is it gonna be out?" Like, chill.
Fans and social media, they be extra. They be wildin'.
Hey, but that's the thing though. That's a place to be extra.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's expected. Like if you're just normal, if you just like show your normal life on Instagram, it's almost like, why do you post that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, because it's my Instagram.
Exactly. I'm sure you've had to deal with your share of trolls. And it's like, you know, people want to comment on what you put on your Instagram or on your Twitter, but it's like...
people will always try to tell you who you are and who you're not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you know me?
Like, how do you keep it like all together and not literally just wild out? Because Kanye's wilding out on Twitter right now.
Yeah.
He's going off on Drake.
Wow.
Like, literally as we speak.
I just feel like everybody now uses their platform the wrong way.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, they have this power, they have the influence, and they don't know that it's, sure, freedom of speech, but man, like, you got some responsibility. Like, there are all these kids that are looking up for it,
for sure.
You know. And I don't know. I just me personally, I want to be the type of artist who knows and are aware of the type of responsibility that I carry with that many followers that I have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that number's crazy.
Yeah, the number's crazy, and that's but at the same time, keep it authentic, keep it you, but keep it positive. Yeah.
Something you want to leave, like the young artists that are coming up, whether they're from here, whether from back home in Indonesia, whether anywhere in the world, like something you want to leave them with.
Absolutely. Don't focus on the hype.
Word.
You know, don't focus on the hype, because the hype's gonna be gone like that. You know, especially the trend now is with social media. Everything is so fast. Everything is so instant. So whatever's the trend now might not be the trend anymore in a week.
For sure.
You know, so if you're doing it for the hype, then you're just gonna be one of those wannabes. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be authentic, because there's nobody else better to be you than yourself.
Absolutely.
So you know, just keep learning, focusing on building your character first, because no matter how great the hype looks now, what makes you stay in the business is your character.
Absolutely.
So if you don't have the character, if you don't have the right attitude, then you're just gonna be, oh, that's the artist that has one hit single, and then like, oh, where is she now? Like, where is he now? You're like, you want to be an artist who has a career, not just one hit song.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Agnez Mo in studio right now. The single Overdose already out, video online. The remix drops tonight with Juicy J on there, Chris Brown, and of course yourself. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Absolutely. Awesome.
Yeah.
Hit it out the pot. Man, that was awesome.